Well, hello hyperspace, my name is Davontos and it's time to get hyped because this is a tour of the newest map Blizzard gave us, Junkertown, which is easily one of my favorite maps in the entire game. Now that bike in the middle can be destroyed, it is very, very durable, but the reason it blew up really quickly is because it's a custom game and I kind of tweaked up some of the hero powers and all that stuff, so it can be easy for a tour. You're going to see a Lucio here, that's an AI, I have him very weak so I can just disregard him and carry on with the tour. So, in the spawn, there are a lot of things to destroy in the spawn. Preferably that bike, that's the first thing everybody tries to target, but one really interesting thing about Junkertown is it's a payload escort, so it plays out like Route 66, and every time the payload reaches a certain part of the map, you know, the checkpoint, you have to change your playstyle because all three sections of this map is completely different. Right out of spawn, it's a big open area, which means fire is going to be very powerful. You have like snipers and basically long-range heroes like McCree, Pharah, and so on. They're going to be very, very powerful here. Once it gets to this first checkpoint, it tends to be, it's very, very close quarters, which means people like Tracer, people like Diva, they're going to be very powerful on the first checkpoint. And then when you get to the last round, that's when everything just goes crazy. Now, this is right out the spawn. You see it's very big, very open, and you can actually come up from up there as well. A little balcony you can use to snipe. And these side houses people use to camp, they used to set booby traps, just hide. It's crazy how this map plays out. This is actually one of the little houses that you can actually plant traps as a Junkrat or flank as Sombra. You go up those stairs as Sombra up to there. And here's the payload. This is actually the same payload they had in the Junkrat Roadhog animated short. Pressed the wrong button there. And as you see, it still has all the money on it, and it still has the little King Pakamari right up there at top. And it's a pretty interesting payload. Too bad you can't take all these coins and spend them on gear for the hero customization. But anyway, this is one of the bridges. Now, when you actually come out and spawn, and if you're playing as an attacker, this is actually a really useful spot. People tend to stay on the bridge or hide behind these little covers right here. They tend to peek out, shoot the people coming out of spawn, then hide back in cover. And because the map is so large, especially that first point, because it's so large, you can easily get healed from behind cover, pop back out, and deal some damage. But, you know, we're not attacking. Well, we're not defending. We're attacking! Which means we have to just go with the payload. Now, you cannot stand on this. I've seen a lot of people try it as Widowmaker, as Pharah. You can't. You just slide off. But you can get back here! Somebody's bedroom! Or at least what should be a bedroom. And again, it's just really, really interesting because the playstyle out here, it plays out like Watchpoint Gibraltar. It's all open, you have snipers all over the place, you probably have like a Bastion and a Torbjorn turret, and then as the payload continues down the path, we're going to get to this giant gate, which is where you're going to hear the Queen, and everybody's saying the Queen's probably going to be another hero. I'm not too sure, I really hope so. She can be another melee hero if you get a look at her weapon. We're actually going to get a look at the Queen's weapon once we get to the final checkpoint, which is why people are saying that she can be another hero, because we kind of need more melee heroes in this game. Technically, the only two melee heroes is the Reinhardt and Doomfist, and, well, with a game full of everybody using guns and lasers, I feel like more melee heroes is really needed. And right there, not a lot of people know about this, but right behind this wall, there's a health pack. Not a lot of people know about that. So let's get back onto the payload and carry on to the first checkpoint. That's the first checkpoint. We're going to enter Junkertown. That bathroom door does not explode. The bathroom door up on Route 66 does explode. This one does not. And I believe you can actually hide in the bathroom in Route 66 in the little outhouse. And there goes Lucio. Get him out the way. Okay, now so let's go back into Junkertown. Now there are people actually hiding on that balcony, and there's another one right up there to my top right. Snipers will be there. Turret people will be there. And it's just crazy. Coming to the first gate of Junkertown is when the, I guess you can say, a minor fight breaks loose. Because comparing to this minor fight to the fight that happens at the very end, the end fight is crazy. So let's carry on, move this payload. Lucio's trying to stall it. Alright, so here is the first, well, the second section of Junkertown. You have some Junkrat Roadhog posters right over there. You have the Queen's rules right over here. You guys can read that. Queen seems to be very, very strict. A little scary. And over here is another large health pack. This health pack is very, very powerful. This is the only health pack in this area, which means if you have a Sombra, you really want to hack that health pack, because that pack is actually going to make sure, it's going to sustain your team to make sure you guys make this first turn. There won't be another health pack until you complete the first turn, so that health pack is very crucial. So let's move this out of the way, and let's continue back on the tour. It's like our tour bus full of gold. And over here, this is a very, very interesting spot that just leads back down to the exit. But that first balcony I looked down right there, that is a very, very good spot for Soldier. If Soldier gets up on top of that, he can stay on the high ground, because as you see next to this koala, there's another path. There's a staircase right over there to my right, and there's that top part that'll look down the head, that shield, metal frame blocking right up here. If Soldier can get up here, he can do a lot of damage. Soldier, Bastion, McCree, basically everybody who has a hit detection, they can come up there and they will do a ton of damage. Now down here is actually the enemy spawn, one of the enemy spawn. When you guys are coming out of a cabin, there's this little thing here, which I've never seen anybody do this. We can actually take fire and then use your little rocket guitar and make some music, and it'll be like a concert, and everybody downstairs. Everybody underneath the concert can be like dancing. I never really seen anybody do that with Farah. But anyway, Farah playing rock music. Okay, carry on. There's nothing really much to do here. This is just like an enemy spawn. I guess you can kind of use it as a minor flank, like a flank route, but not too much. You cannot get behind this for some reason. I don't know why. But let's carry on with the tour. Back on the golden tour bus. Full of gold! There goes Lucio again, get him out the way. Okay, so, carrying on with this tour. It's pretty straightforward, a very, very powerful spot for hit detection heroes here, and a couple of flankers, and I guess tanks would also be very powerful because it's so tight. Somebody like Roadhog and Reinhardt, they can be basically a big shield for your team escorting the payload. And finally, through those doors in front of me, well behind me now, those doors right over there, that is the battle arena. This is where everything just goes crazy. You'll see how this thing is designed and why it just all hell breaks loose when you're coming here. Open up the gates. Say thank you to the Queen. And proceed forward. Okay, so here's how it plays out. This is the battle arena. This is the very last part the payload has to drive through before you win. Or lose. So, you have... Oh, jeez, Lucio. Okay, let me leave him here. Let me continue going around. Here's a little upper side you can use to flank any payload users. Really easy to get access to right from the doors. Not really a flank route, more like for the defenders kind of team. And then this giant spinning gyro thing is where it gets very crazy. People can place turrets there, people can use that to maneuver around the high ground, and the payload actually has to drive around that in order to get to the last checkpoint. You can see come up here and you can easily jump on it as anybody. Roadhog, Soldier, Bastion, Torbjorns tend to place their turrets here. Symmetra teleporters are also very powerful here because there are so many side pockets. You see all those little doorways and windows? There are so many side pockets here. Symmetra can... I cannot talk today. Symmetra can place her teleporter anywhere, and the enemy team will be spawning all over the place. Here's another giant health pack right next to me. Really useful. I highly suggest you hack it as Sombra, because it's, I think, one of the only 2 big health packs in this area. So let's carry on with the tour. And you see the payload does move very slow, so you're going to be in this battle dome for quite some time, which means the battle will last even longer! And over here, I wouldn't really say any specific hero was very powerful. I guess you can say Reinhardt, Orisa, those kind of guys, because they can hold down the fort for a while. And then surprisingly, once the payload makes its final turn and you're approaching the Queen's throne, there is a little window to the right that you can use as Bastion, and you can transform to Sentry mode, and he's kind of going to be head glitching right out of that window. You're going to see it right there. I'm going to pause it. Right there, that's the window that you can head glitch as Bastion. Okay, so we're actually approaching that little circle at the very bottom floor is the last checkpoint for the payload. So actually going to go up. And here is the Queen's throne. And here are her weapons. She has some kind of giant sphere, and it looks like some kind of chainsaw and a stick. I don't know, whatever it is, they both look very dangerous, and I really hope she's going to be a hero. So let's carry on and finish the tour. And I also want to tell you guys one thing really quick. When I first started YouTube, I actually wanted to always have an outro with a theme song. I was actually doing some research yesterday, and the theme song that I want is actually copyright free, which means I can use the theme song and not get in trouble for it. So I actually downloaded the theme song that I want to be the official Davontos theme song, and I made my own outro. So this outro is actually going to play at the end of all of my videos, and well, that's the end of this video. So if you liked it, punch that like button with a mighty force. You can follow me up on Twitter at DavantosMan, and as always, I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a nice day, and let's check out the new outro I made. Hope you guys like it. I love it.